and you dance at the gay club. Oh my God, I'm just having fun on the stage in my hooves. I'm wearing a man thong down at the Pink Brony Club. I'm gonna keep on fapping at the Pink Brony Club. I'm gonna keep on crapping down in West Hollywood. I'm gonna keep on fapping at the Pink Brony Club. Pink Brony Club. I'm up and my balls are on the floor. Everybody's looking at me, calling me a whore. All right. Well, I don't know what the hell's going on. It looks like I'm live. That's good. The show is live. It's not letting me select a live source. Oh, here we go. Now it's letting me select it. It took a bit for Social Stream Ninja to find the live video. Took a second. As it always does. You're all pink brony bros. And you all dance at the gay club. Oh my God, I'm just having fun on the stage in my hooves. Give me a second, you guys. I'm setting up a poll. Oh, we got Mirror Universe Tim Smith in the house. I don't know which Tim Smith is the real Tim Smith. Now, Tim _ Smith 7 is saying, "Are you still a bum?" Always. I can't think of a universe where I'm not acting like a bum. Okay, so we got a poll going. All right, let's keep going, man. How's it going, my pink brony bro, Tim Smith? This is the Mirror Universe Tim Smith, by the way. This is not the legit Tim Smith. This is fake, upside down Mirror Universe Tim Smith. He's not the real one. He's not a real pink brony bro. If you want to be a pink brony bro. Are you guys bronies? But yeah, no, we're going to react to a little bit of Epstein and, oh shit, CoffeeZilla.
Today I interviewed Congressman Ro Khanna on the Epstein files. He's one of the origins of the Epstein Transparency Act, along with Thomas Massie, who I also tried to get on the show. They are a Republican-Democrat duo who have been fighting to get the Epstein files publicized, and it's my privilege today to interview them. You're one of the few people who's actually been allowed to see the unredacted Epstein files. What did you find?
Well, first, we found that they were protecting the identity of 6 men. I mean, Massie and I went for 2 hours, and there were 6 men who were listed as co-conspirators, and their names were redacted. I went to the floor of the House of Representatives today, and I called out those 6 men by name.
Salvatore Navora, Zorab Mikoladze, Leopig Leonor, Nicola Caputa.
Oh shit, dude.
Sultan Ahmed bin...
Now, I don't know who these people are, if I'm going to be quite frank with you guys, but they were redacting some of these names that are being listed now, so I'm curious why the names were redacted, and were they redacted before Trump got into office? I mean, what happened here? What the hell happened?
Sulayam, CEO of Dubai Ports World, and billionaire businessman less.
If you guys can, though, don't forget to tap the like button. And if you can, subscribe to the channel. It does help the channel grow. We're only 11 subscribers away from hitting 8,100. So let's keep the momentum going. Let's keep it rolling, man. Let's keep it going, man. Yeah, yeah.
Courage in this country to hold people accountable who have been accused of some of the most heinous crimes. I mean, men who either underage girls or went to Epstein's Island knowing underage girls were being or paraded around.
One of the biggest parts of this story has been the meta story of the
Now, just remember, you guys, this is fake Tim Smith. That Feline Gaming, I just want to let you know, that's not the real Tim Smith. That's a fake. That is a fake Tim Smith. That is somebody pretending to be Tim Smith, but that is not Tim Smith. Tim Smith is actually at Tim Smith 41. This is at Tim_Smith 7. So this is I believe this is Mirror Universe Tim Smith. And now Mirror Universe Tim Smith is a total but that is not the real. That is Feline Gaming. That is not the real Tim Smith. I just want to let you know right now. My pink brony bro. I know everything's so confusing. We got fake Tim Smith abusing. I don't even know what is going on. So I do want to react before we get into the Epstein files. There was something that I just have to react to. And this might be one of the greatest music videos I have ever seen. Data Tin Man. Let's see. So this is an AI video.
When a shopping cart smashed my
AI generated song, AI generated video. And my God, we're going to react to it today. Before we get into the Epstein stuff, we're going to react to Wicked AI's Tin Man by Data. Make sure you guys subscribe to Wicked AI, dude. This is amazing.
I simulate my signals of distress. I mimic what a human would express. I calculate the grief I ought to feel, but
none of it is real. Yeah. This is amazing, dude. This is so fucking tight.
my father built a perfect son. He thought he'd be the only one. Prototypes had come.
It's so crazy because this entire song pretty much just describes the life of Data to the T. Like, to the T.
He gave him hunger, gave him thirst, gave him emotion. He was cursed. They learned to fear.
Galron's the man, dude.
I have a positronic brain. I wear his face, but not his name.
Dude, I just noticed that the crystalline entities in that, it's crazy.
I was an echo from
Or at least a AI version of that.
He stripped the passion from my mind. He left Lord's arrogance behind. Designed me with an empty heart. Rip this android apart. Am I the sum of my parts? To Starfleet on
I just can't believe this shit's AI, dude. And by the way, there's Garrick, Cisco, and Ducat. Incredible, dude. Incredible. Oh, we got Q, John Delancey. We got Guinan, of course. We got Riker with some good vocals right there. And then Data with an Iron Maiden shirt. We got Worf on the drums. It's pretty tight.
every smile I fake, every bond
Hell yeah.
I break, every breath I take, every choice I make. Am I just a machine? Is it all a routine? A subroutine?
You guys, don't forget to like the stream, by the way. Tap the subscribe button, tap the like button. If you guys love Commander Data from Star Trek, tap the subscribe button. If you guys think the Ferengi are misunderstood, please tap the subscribe button, tap the like button if you can, too. The more likes we get, the better. The more subscribes we get, the better. We're only like, how many subscribers away are we? We're like almost, We're only 11 subscribers away from hitting 8,100. That's not bad.
I can walk and I can talk. I can think and I can talk. I cannot feel the things you feel. I am the ghost behind the wheel.
This is so fucking cool. No, this is straight up amazing, dude. Oh, dude, that's my boy from Section 31. Oh my God, what's his name? Sloan. Director Deputy Sloan, dude. Section 31, baby. Oh, dude. Hell yeah. It's crazy. Oh, Spot. Look at Spot. So cute. I'm not gonna lie, dude. I know this is AI generated and the song is AI generated. All this is AI generated, but my God. Like, I'm feeling a lot of emotion watching this, dude, because I watched it for just a few moments earlier and I wanted to react to the whole thing. I'm feeling a lot of emotion, bro. Like, Data's story, the story of Data is a beautiful one.
And I am rusting in the rain. To leave a legacy behind, I tried to replicate my mind and build a daughter of my own. She found the spark I could not find, further from me than to mankind.
I don't really know the lyrics. I'm trying to keep up with it.
Emotion overwhelmed her core. She was not hollow anymore. A sickness that I could not heal.
This is amazing, dude.
She said she loved me as she died.
And don't worry, guys. We're going to get to the Epstein shit here in a second, but this is amazing.
I'll inspire her side because her love was truly
God, man.
real. Rip this android apart.
Fuck, dude. That right there, the episode where Data created a daughter and he couldn't save his own daughter after creating her, like, that was heartbreaking. Like, that might have been one of the most heartbreaking, like, and yeah, it's just crazy, man. Yeah, this is unreal, dude. Yeah, dude. All the different Captain Kirks, like the one from the Strange New Worlds. This is so amazing, dude. You know what this kind of reminds me of? There was a song called I Am Machine, I Never Sleep. I keep my eyes wide open. I am machine, a part of me wishes I could just feel something. It kind of has that same vibe to it. I am machine, I never... the fix what's broken. I am machine, a part of me wishes I could just feel something. That's kind of how it has, that sort of feel to it. Dude, this is so fucking cool, dude. I love reacting to this, dude. This is amazing. This might be the best thing I've ever reacted to. I don't know what sort of AI this is, but the artist is Wicked AI. So check out the channel Wicked AI. Totally cool. I love this channel, dude. Man. Oh, I am the Tin Man. This is so fucking tight, dude.
I can feel the heart beating in the machine. I can hear the whispers of the bored queen. She grabs fresh skin upon my frame. She promises pleasure, promises shame.
I mean, this is pretty wild, man. Hey, Tom Paris and Bolano, what the hell? I mean, this is crazy, dude. I mean, yeah, Wicked AI probably will get a cease and desist on this one for sure, but this is amazing. This is like fan service to it. I mean, this could go under the guise of fan fiction. Hey, Dr. Bashir. There's Dr. Bashir on that one.
Or am I in control? Every smile I fake, every bond I break, every breath I take, every choice I make. Am I just a machine? Is it all a routine? A subroutine? I can walk and I can talk. I can tick and I can talk. I cannot feel the things you feel.
This is amazing. Like, I don't even know what to think, man. This is wild.
I'm the ghost behind the wheel. I try to copy what I see, but there is nothing inside me. I have a chip inside my head, but I will leave the circuit dead. If I feel love, then I feel hate. I will not share my brother's fate. Oh, I am the tin.
Dude, this is so fucking wild, bro. This is so cool.
I am the Tin Man, and I am rusting in the rain.
Yeah.
I don't feel one brother's hate, and I won't share the other's fate.
Dude, this is amazing. Like, that might be one of the coolest freaking things I've ever reacted to. Check out Wicked AI, man. That was amazing. Fuck yeah. Let's keep watching.
Cover up.
We're gonna watch more Epstein stuff now, dude. I feel like really emotional after watching. That was a good music video.
Time it seems like they're gonna get the files out there. It's like opposite day. They redact names they shouldn't. They miss deadlines. They mischaracterize evidence. You know, just recently I saw an FBI memo that there were no cameras in.
Hey, thank you guys for tapping the like button. The more likes we get, the better. It does push the channel out to a wider audience. So the more people we have watching, the better. Let's keep on rolling.
Bedrooms of Epstein's house, and then you look at the photos the FBI took. There's a camera in his bedroom. So I just want to understand this. To me, this looks like a cover-up, but who are they covering for? First of all, do you agree with that? And who do you think they're covering for, and if you think they're covering it up at all?
It's obviously a cover-up. It's probably one of the biggest cover-ups in American history. I mean, they're covering.
Yeah, this is bigger than Watergate, actually. In my opinion, this is bigger than Watergate. This is one of the craziest cover-ups of all time.
Up for rich
Without
and
a doubt,
powerful
bro.
people who visited this island where young girls were being not just the American elite, the global elite. This is shaking the British monarchy. It may topple the British government. It has the Norwegian princess now not being able to be a queen. I mean, it's had international reverberation.
Of course, I'm so glad you brought that up. That's one of my biggest problems with this story. Internationally, we're seeing some accountability, you know, however small. I have seen zero accountability in America. And so, look, while I appreciate the transparency, I was talking to friends, people who follow the show, and they said, where is the accountability? Are we going to see a single person in America besides Ghislaine Maxwell or Jeffrey Epstein face justice?
Well, that's why I went to the floor today and named these people. I wanted those names public. I mean, if the Justice Department isn't going to do their job, if the FBI isn't, then members of Congress can take to the floor and start naming names. And that's why I did that. But we need investigations and we need a political accountability. I mean, how can you have Howard Lutnick, right, who lies to the American people? He says, oh, I never had anything to do with Epstein.
I was never in the room with him socially, for business, or for even philanthropy.
Then it comes out.
Yeah, it turns out then he was hanging out with him. Like, why would you lie on an interview and then all of a sudden it comes out that Howard Lutnick lied straight to the people's face? I mean, we don't trust him for shit. I don't trust Howard Lutnick at all. I just don't trust the guy. Period. End of story. The dude just rubs me the wrong way. But you guys don't forget to tap the like button. If you guys love Trump as much as I do, please like the stream. If you guys think that the Epstein files are disgusting, but they need to be revealed, please tap the like button. This is just crazy, man.
That he actually went to Epstein's island.
We had lunch on the island. That is true.
And then it comes out that he allegedly had a business with Epstein after Epstein was a convicted. It's an indictment on America. That in other nations, literally their heads of states are falling if they just had email correspondence with Epstein. And here we've got someone like Lutnick still in government. We need accountability. We need prosecutions of people who actually showed up in the island and folks. And we need, by the way, the cover-up to end. What is the biggest cover-up? I just want to explain this simply. The FBI scrubbed these files in March before my law. And the most sensitive information are in the FBI files. That's where the survivors named the names of the people who abused them. They're in those FBI files. Donald Trump's FBI scrubbed that in March, and they sent the scrubbed files to Justice. And so Justice then did a second round of redactions. But under my law, the Epstein Transparency Act that Massey and I passed, we need to have those FBI files unscrubbed. We need them unredacted. And that is where the information is. And the only reason I believe they're redacted is they're protecting very rich and powerful people in this country.
Well, look, I mean, part of the thing that I've appreciated about this push, it's a bipartisan push.
Okay.
Both left and right have gotten behind it. Look, saying, hey.
Okay, still, back to the whole bipartisan thing. It is nice to see that the Democrats and Republicans are at least uniting on trying to reveal more about these files and getting everything out there in the open to the public and let the public officially decide and let news outlets, even though I don't trust most news outlets, let everybody feed. Let everybody have access to it. That's the way I see it. Let everybody have access to it. That's all I got to say. Straight up, bro. Straight up. Give me a moment.
We gotta unredact this. We gotta see who's really in there. You bring up a great point. A lot of powerful people have lied about their association with Jeffrey Epstein. That's been one of the great revelations that has come out of it. But it's, you know, I criticized Howard Lutnick, you know, but we also have Stacey Plaskett. She's saying, you know, I wasn't a friend of him.
That are not your friends. Jeffrey Epstein had information and I was going to get information. Having a friendship with him is not something that I would deem to have.
And then we see text messages where she says, you know, I'm going to call you my friend. And he says,
wow. So basically she's lying to us too. This gal's also lying to us. Crazy.
Yeah, don't worry. Like, we're
Go
friends.
figure.
I mean, this is
Go
a problem
figure.
that crosses party lines. And my worry is this. Look, right now there's...
Yeah, not only are... By the way, I think there's more Democrats involved, and I'll tell you why. The Democrats didn't want the files released, and I'll tell you why. Because Jeffrey Epstein was a huge Democrat donor. He donated to the Democrats, dude. Whether you like it or not, Epstein was more of the Democrats' friend than anything. And he's friends with the Hollywood elites. He was friends with the woke billionaires. And Donald Trump basically blew the whistle on this son of a bitch. And good for him. Good for him for doing so.
There's a lot of push, bipartisan, but especially from Democrats. Look, we got to hold these people, accountable. I agree with them. I agreed with the Republicans when they said they were going to hold him accountable last time. My problem is this. Next time, let's say you guys get in power. How can we trust that you guys are going to do what's necessary with the next DOJ? Because it doesn't seem like we're going to get the DOJ to do anything this time. I think we probably both agree on that. How can we trust the next DOJ to take the proper action and hold people accountable?
Well, I think you have to look at the record. You can trust people like Massey and me. We didn't politicize this. We said whoever is implicated.
Please tap the like button if you can. If you guys are tired of Epstein, but we gotta learn more, bro. Tap the like button if you guys think that Epstein's disgusting. If you guys love Trump as much as I do, please tap the like button. If you guys want JD Vance 2028, please tap that like button, bro.
Needs to pay the consequences.
Oh, yeah.
There are Democratic donors like Bill Gates that are in the files. They need to testify. Keir Starmer is someone I knew. I met with him. He's someone who shares. I celebrated when he won. I have no sympathy for Mendelsohn or the Starmer government. I have no sympathy for Democratic donors or big tech folks, some of whom who have supported the party, who are in these files. I have said that President Clinton should testify, and he is. So Massey and I, the reason we've been successful is we haven't made this about Donald Trump or Bill Clinton or politics. We haven't made this Republican or Democrat. We have said wherever the facts go, that's where we're going to go. If it takes down the Democratic donors, it's going to take down the Democratic donors. If it's going to take down Republicans, they'll take down Republicans. And why do you think other people haven't been willing to do it? Because we made some very powerful enemies. There are a lot of billionaires and people in this Epstein
millionaires
class
and billionaires.
So I don't think you can trust a party.
The millionaires and the billionaires. Yeah, you can't trust any of these parties, dude. Left, right, and shuffle them. Here's the thing. I would say there's a lot of Democrats on this list, probably more than Republicans, because the Democrats were buddy-buddy. Epstein donated to the Democrat Party quite a bit, man. Whether you guys like to admit it or not, Epstein donated to the Dems, bro. He donated to the Democrat Party. Sorry, not sorry. Like, you guys got to admit, dude. Just admit it, bro. My pink brony bros. And you all dance at the gay club. Don't forget to tap the subscribe button, though. The more subscribers we get, the better. It does help the channel grow, so please tap the subscribe button. It really, really helps us out. We're trying to reach 8,100 subscribers by the end of the stream. We're only 10 subscribers away from hitting 8,100, so please don't forget to tap the subscribe button. Every subscriber counts. I appreciate everybody's efforts on this one, man. I really do. You guys are amazing. Okay, we're gonna react to a little more Epstein here in a second. One moment. I'm gonna drink a little bit of Pepsi. All I wanted was a Pepsi. All right, let's keep rolling.
Per se, but I think you can trust people who have a track record of standing up for doing the right thing.
I want to go to the July 2025 systemic review the FBI claims it did. They made a bunch of surprising findings because, later they were revealed to be, in my view, false. They say, one, this systemic review has no incriminating client list. Well, we see internal slide decks basically from the FBI where very prominent names such as Trump, Jess Staley, Leon Black, Les Wexner, Bill Clinton, a bunch of people have pretty shocking allegations against them. It goes to another part of their memo. They said there's no evidence that's going to predicate an investigation against uncharged third parties. Why not even investigate? That's kind of my problem.
You have hit the nail on the head. None of these rich and powerful people have even been asked under oath why they were on this island. What did they see? Who were the girls? Who was being raped? They've just escaped not just prosecution, they've even escaped investigation. And the Department of Justice could open the investigation tomorrow into these people. And people say, well, why are we obsessed?
Crazy, man. Don't forget to tap the subscribe button. The more subscribers we get, the better. If you love Donald Trump as much as I do, please subscribe to the channel. If you guys think that Epstein was a disgusting, despicable individual, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. The more subscribers we get, the better. It really helps the channel grow. Let's keep watching.
About something that happened years ago. First of all, the survivors
You're
deserve
a pink
justice,
brony, bro.
and it's very callous for people just to say move on. But the second thing is, if we live in a society where people think the rich can just get away with things because of who they are, that the powerful can just get away with things because of who they are, then you don't.
And sadly, that is the type of society we live in. It's not a matter of if, that is the kind of society we live in, straight up. That really is. I mean, dude, rich people obviously live by a different playbook. And granted, should they be able to murder people? No. You know, the only reason I want to be a millionaire is so I don't have to answer to anybody. And when I say answer to anybody, I mean so I don't have to answer to an employer. The whole idea of becoming a millionaire for me is really being able to do whatever I want whenever I want. Now, obviously, I still have to follow the rules, and that's fine. The law and stuff like that, but basically I have a lot of freedom at that point. You know, if I have a huge portfolio, for example, you know what that means? That means I don't have to worry as much. I have an easier life. And the easier the life, the better. So, I mean, the goal is, I'll still have problems in my life, sure, but they'll be a lot easier to maintain because I'll be able to handle anything that comes my way, without a doubt.
Don't have a democratic government.
The Epstein files, why it's so frustrating is it's exposing a justice system that has two different classes. For the weak, you have laws that bind but don't protect. For the powerful, you have laws that protect and do not bind. I mean, do you agree this is what we're seeing with the Epstein files?
Yes, it's two tiers of justice in America. That's why I came up with the term Epstein class. If you're part of this rich, powerful club, then you feel like you're above the law.
You can do whatever you want. Exactly. You can absolutely do it. I mean, that's the thing. That's not the way it should be, but it's unfortunately the way it is. You know, whether people want to admit that or not.
Speaking of accountability, I want to talk about, one of the claims by the Justice Department. I mean, they say there's no credible evidence Epstein is blackmailing.
That is crazy. That is insane. This quote right here, and I'm going to read it aloud. We'll hear it from CoffeeZilla in a second, but this systematic review revealed no incriminating client list. There was also no credible evidence found that Epstein blackmailed prominent individuals as part of his actions. We did not uncover evidence that could predicate an investigation against uncharged third parties. What?
Individuals. This is a huge problem because the FBI basically failed to get a bunch of CDs, hard
This is wild, dude. This is wild.
Drives that later were found removed from Epstein's properties. But, there's this email basically Epstein sent himself about Bill Gates where he alleges that he facilitated trysts with Bill Gates. Bill Gates denies this, but it reads as straight up blackmail. It's like, you need to give me X millions of dollars. Otherwise, something's going to come out. Well, here's my problem. And this is what I'd love for people like Gates to be asked. He says he separated himself from Epstein. And then it turns out he sends a $2 million gift to MIT directed by Jeffrey Epstein. So if he had nothing to do with it, this wasn't blackmail, why is he sending a $2 million gift? I mean, are we going to ever have it make sense?
Yeah, it definitely seems like blackmail to me. I mean, all signs point to blackmail on this one. All signs. Completely. 100%. And I'm just shocked if anybody doesn't see that. If you don't see that, man, I don't know what to tell you.
The gaslighting is what bothers me. You brought up Howard Lutnick. He says, I was so disgusted. And then he's found to be a business with a guy. Like, I just don't like, and I don't think anyone likes, being lied to, especially by people in
Oh, we're being lied to. we are being completely lied to on a massive scale, without a doubt.
And people who are making decisions sort of for the rest of us. Bill Gates has enormous influence. You know, the idea that he would be kind of, compromised by some of these things is very alarming.
It is alarming.
Oh, yeah. But it makes sense. Is it alarming? Yes. Does it make sense? Yes. Absolutely. ET says, if you don't see that, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much, ET. I appreciate it. I want to thank everybody for taking the time to like the stream and subscribe to the stream. It really does help the channel grow in a lot of ways. Let's keep going.
And that's why he needs to come.
Give me a moment. Give me one moment. Okay, let's keep going, man.
Under oath and answer these questions. That's why there should be an investigation where he's asked by the Justice Department and Congress. And I say this as a Democrat. I mean, he supported a lot of Democrats, but we need fundamental accountability. It can't just be about Lutnick because he's in the Trump administration. It needs to be across the board, regardless of people's politics. And the issue in terms of what Epstein was and what he was doing, look, even my law doesn't allow for.
Hey, thank you guys for subscribing to the channel. The more subscribers we get, the better. So please tap the subscribe button. The more subscribers, it really does help the channel grow. We're also trying to get to 100 likes in the next 15 minutes. So please tap the like button. It really helps.
For the release of classified information. You can't in Congress declassify things. That's the rule. But what we need is a president who actually appoints someone who has credibility in the military or in intelligence to look through the classified information and make a public report of what Epstein did and whether there was anything there. And that person has to have incredible credibility. Until then, there are going to be both rumors out there and conspiracy theories out there and legitimate questions. But that won't be answered just by my law. We need actually a commission that can look through the classified information.
I'm glad you brought this up. You know, one of the questions is, why did the plea deal in 2008 happen? Why did it seem like every time there was going to be something happening, it seemed like some bigger players were reaching in? You know, the CIA was FOIA'd by Jeffrey Epstein about Jeffrey Epstein, and they basically denied it. They said, hey, we can't confirm or deny any classified evidence that we may or may not have on you. The NSA basically did the same thing. You know, this is a big problem is, was Epstein working for our government or foreign governments? This is something that's kind of speculated about a lot. There's a lot of emails with connections with powerful world leaders where Epstein seems to be in some type of official or unofficial capacity. I mean, what do you know, if anything, about this?
I generally don't have insight into his relationships other than to say it's odd that he's got pictures at the CIA. It's odd that he has relationships with.
Oh, if you guys can, though, don't forget to tap the like button. The more likes we get, the better. If you guys love the Epstein files being revealed to the public, tap the like button. If you guys think that Donald Trump is the man, tap the like button.
With so many world leaders that he's getting access from Gordon Brown's trade secretary about what purchases UK is going to make in the financial markets, that he has access to what India's prime minister is going to do in the United States or Israel, that he has access to an Israeli former prime minister, so much so that Netanyahu is making statements about the former prime minister's relationship with Epstein. I mean, how is this person as connected? Actually, that's one of the questions I want to ask President Clinton is, who is this guy? Or Trump, or in our classified information. I mean, why is this guy as connected as he is? People say, oh, he's just a collector of influential people. I know a lot of people who network in Congress. I try.
Well, here's the thing about Epstein, that if you watch that Steve Bannon interview, there's one thing you could tell. The guy actually was a genius when it came to financial markets and his understanding. Epstein understood financial markets, you guys. He was an evil bastard, yes. He was a piece of shit. Yes, but that doesn't change the fact that he understood financial markets better than anybody I've ever seen. That's the thing.
Try to network. I don't know all these world leaders. You don't get there just by networking. There's something else going on.
That's a great question. I have the same question. I mean, it's a very strange thing. I want to talk about Trump's relationship with Epstein for a second. There have been a lot of revelations from the files, a lot of weird behavior from the president, who normally is unbothered by anything press related. And yet we just had something come out very interesting. It seems to be a 2019 interview with the Palm Beach police chief, Michael Ryder. And he said that basically Trump blew the whistle on Epstein's activities and said, thank goodness you're stopping him. Everyone has known he's been doing this, saying Maxwell was evil. This definitely surprised me. I'm not going to lie. I said to myself.
Well, yeah, because here's the thing about Trump. He may be a little sleazy, but he's not a bad person. He's a grifter for sure. But I don't think that Trump is completely. I think he does have some morals, and I think he drew the line with Epstein. I think he was like, I'm sorry, dude. He's like, I'm a bit of a grifter, but Epstein, I got to report you to the police, bro. I got to report you. Dude, that's what Trump did, dude. Trump reported Epstein to the police. The sad part is people don't want to admit it, but Trump is the hero of this story. Trump is the hero of this story. Whether you guys want to admit it or not, Donald J. Trump is the true hero of this tale. Completely.
Myself, why didn't they? If I was there, I'd put that out sooner. I mean, I'm just kind of shocked that was in there. But also, it seems like later he said he didn't know what was happening.
At the time, did you know why he was taking those young women?
No, I don't know really why.
So, I mean, what do you make of this? Were you surprised to see that? I was pretty shocked. I was like, what is this? I don't know what to make of it, really.
Yeah, I was surprised. I said it on its face, it looks like a good thing that he was saying that Epstein should be held accountable. I wish more people have done that. I guess the questions for President Trump is why did it continue, and does he know other people who were abusing these girls, and what else does he know about Epstein's relationships? But on the face, that one call is it seemed like the right thing to do.
Yeah, it was weird. And, well, it also made me wonder, because in 2002, there's that birthday book, right? 2005 or 2006, it looks like he calls and says, hey, we all knew this was basically going down. So glad you're taking him down. I mean, the whole thing is very confusing, actually. I don't know if we're ever going to get the truth on that, maybe. But, Ghislaine Maxwell is an interesting character because he says, oh, she's evil. Well, he was friends with her for a very long time. Now she seems to be playing a part in the game. I mean, I'm sure you've seen this. Ghislaine Maxwell basically said through her lawyer, I will clear Trump and Clinton if pardoned. I mean, this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
Well, I was in her deposition. She said, I want to pardon it and I'll clear Clinton and Trump. But she also says, give me clemency and I'll name all the other people who were these young girls. I mean, come on. She's basically saying, okay, you want to know who these people are? Get me out of jail. And so it's the most corrupt thing I've seen. And this is why we know there are other powerful people, right? Because we know Maxwell is saying it, the documents are saying it, the survivors are saying it, and the only two people who are in jail, one is dead, Jeffrey Epstein, and the other one is Maxwell.
I mean, I want to put a finer point on that. actually Maxwell's life got better after the Transparency Act, which, I'm happy about the transparency, but just on stating on levels of fact, since 2025, the only person who's ever faced real accountability on Jeffrey Epstein, her life has gotten better. The survivors' lives have arguably gotten worse. The DOJ failed to redact a bunch of stuff and expose.
It's getting crazy, bro. This is getting crazy. Like, yeah, in Ghislaine Maxwell, like, she's in a cushy cell. Like, she's not. Her life is like luxury now. She's basically in a luxury jail at this point. Fucking wild. Honestly, blows my mind, man. We'll take it fast and then we'll take it slow. That's where we wanna go. Highlighted first. Way down in Kokomo. Bermuda, Bahama, come on, pretty mama. Way down in Kokomo. We'll take it fast and then we'll take it slow.
Them to the world. I mean, it just seems like this is my problem, and it leads me to the question of, we kind of where we started. It's great that we have transparency. I love the transparency. But where's the accountability, right?
Well, you're absolutely right. But this is the first time any survivors seem heard. This is the first time that we've actually had a government take action and release these files after decades. This is the first time that there's a conversation, at least, about elite accountability. Now, that conversation, as you pointed out, is going very differently in Britain and Norway and other countries. And the question is America going to pass the moral test? Are we just going to shrug and say, no, these people are too rich, we still want their money, we still like hanging out with them, they fund too many of the nonprofits, they fund too many of the universities and fund too many of the hospitals. And so, you know what, we're going to give them a time out. They need to go quiet for a year or two, and then they can rehabilitate themselves? Or are we actually going to have accountability in America where they...
Nah, just remember that the rich and powerful do live by a different set of rules. I mean, that can change for sure. We should have maybe some more laws that actually make it to where just because you're rich and powerful doesn't mean that you're going to get out of it. But at the same time, it's crazy, bro. It is cray-cray.
They are stripped of their position where they are investigated and where, when crimes have happened, they're prosecuted. And that's an open question because so far we have not seen the accountability.
Well, also the FBI, for as long as I've been sort of watching what they do, they're sort of the world police. I mean, unlike other kind of national...
America, fuck yeah. You want to save the motherfucking day, yeah, America, fuck yeah. Freedom is the only way, yeah. Terrorists, your game is through, and now you'll have to answer to America, fuck yeah.
Agencies, they don't just concern themselves with what's happening in America. They go after people internationally, right? It's very clear that Epstein's organization was an international operation. Even if you're trying to make the claim that he was trafficking to himself, there were other people assisting in that, right? We see in the files, Epstein was paying a guy named Daniel Syed, who's not dead yet, who to basically go scout for women, right? And those women later, they gave their passports, and later they were brought to America. So all this stuff is in the files. This international ring that was going on, whether or not you want to say he was trafficking to himself. I mean, do we even have the gumption to target that? I hate to put it so crassly, but I feel like people just want a scalp. I mean, that feels bad to say. We want justice, but even symbolic justice would be better than this.
Switch to...
Oh man, I've been using TurboTax for years, son.
Basically, we released everything and
I
we
love
get nothing.
TurboTax.
That's why
my
I went
favorite.
and gave the 10 6 names this morning on the floor of the House. I mean, those many of those names are foreigners, but they were listed as co-conspirators. And the question is, are we going to have justice? You know, one of the survivors told me that the person who her when she was 17 was happened in France, and that this person has left both France and the United States to evade the prosecution of the authorities. And so the question is just, are we going to care enough to get justice? Because you're right, it's not just justice of famous names that were caught up in
why,
all
why
of this.
should we care?
There are a lot of people around the world who are caught up in these girls, and these women want justice.
Crazy, yeah, and they were doing some terrible things, man. They were doing some terrible things on that damn pedo island, bro. It's messed up.
They don't want just a shaming of famous names. They want their accusers.
Well, this is boring. I want more Epstein shit. Let's look at more interesting stuff. Epstein. So this is from the Free Press. Okay, let's take a look. You know, all things considered, Jeffrey Epstein had some good dance moves.
On January 30th, 2026, the Department of Justice released hundreds of gigabytes of material related to Jeffrey Epstein. Buried within that data dump were some 2,000 videos that had never...
Hey guys, make sure you guys subscribe to the Free Press. Hit the subscribe button and tap the like button for them as well. Let's keep watching.
...and released. And while they're technically public, they are stored in a way that makes them very hard to find or browse. The public then has two choices: download hundreds of gigabytes of data, or click through hundreds of web pages one by one. I did both. The vast majority of the videos, and by far the most revealing ones, live in dataset 10. These are videos seized from Epstein's devices, footage he recorded himself, received from others, or downloaded from the internet. Taken together, they paint the most vivid picture yet of Jeffrey Epstein's dark world. His lavish lifestyle and worldview, his mannerisms and quirks. His sense of humor and sense of impunity. We've published all 14 hours of this footage, excluding only obvious duplicates, audio-only files, and fully redacted videos that contain neither sound nor image. You can watch them yourself. As I watched hours and hours of this footage.
My God, I don't know. She seems kind of... There's something a little bit off about this gal. I don't know what it is, but there's something that is definitely off about this gal. Yeah, Odin is tripping balls, dude. I have no idea. Dude, I have zero clue what Odin is talking about. Odin, get it together, bro. Not everything is a shade of gray. Go outside, touch some grass. Just because some people are doing terrible things doesn't mean everybody is. You got to realize that just because there are some wicked people out there doesn't mean that everybody else is. That is the point I'm trying to make. Let's keep going.
Here's what stood out to me. These are the first unredacted videos in dataset 10. The ID page of Epstein's passport, issued on March 8, 2019, then the endorsement page of that passport. It reads in part, "The bearer was convicted of a sex offense against a minor." Then comes a sleek 10-minute drone reel of Epstein's 2 private islands in the U.S.
Damn, that is such a nice-looking island. I'm not going to lie, that island is amazing looking. Such a glorious island, bro.
Virgin Islands, Little St. James and Great St. James, produced by the architectural firm overseeing their redesign in 2018. And then, this 7-second clip. Watched together, these first few files inadvertently deliver a blunt message. Epstein may have been a convicted sex offender, but he was also obscenely rich.
Not to Lord Naraku, man. Dude, those were some... Epstein owned some tight islands, bro. The guy was a sick bastard, but those islands were sexy.
Many of the videos in the set showcase the luxury lifestyle. Manicured island alleyways glowing in the morning sun, meals at high-end restaurants, parties on the yachts and private jets. One nearly 38-minute VHS tape of Epstein's Island looks like something out of the Succession opening credits. And it carries the same unease. Because no matter how glossy the footage looks, you can never quite forget that what you're watching is a potential crime scene in progress. Partly because whenever women appear on camera, their faces, and often their bodies, are obscured by black squares.
Yepers, that's the way, in this instance, that's the way it probably should be. But then again, I don't know, man. What do you guys think? Do you guys think this is just all too much? It's all too crazy?
Tell us what you'll be learning today.
I'm learning some.
Oh, you guys, don't forget to tap the subscribe button. The more subscribers we get, the better. So please feel free to subscribe to the channel. It really does help the channel grow.
Yay!
Thank you, guys.
Exactly.
Some videos appear to be ones Epstein sent. $100 bills fanned out in a hand, glittering jewelry, and what looks like explicit videos of himself. Far more appear to be videos sent back to him. Young women dancing, or sitting.
Oh, shit, dude. What the hell?
Or lying down in bed, their bodies obscured by black squares, with naked limbs occasionally slipping into view. A large brown teddy bear sits on the bed of one young woman, whose videos recur throughout the dataset. Those videos are extremely difficult to watch. More disturbing still are the occasions.
I don't know. I think this... freaking wild is all I gotta say. Is Jeffrey Epstein related to Hunter? Is that what ET's saying? I don't know. So Odin is saying he doesn't believe that Epstein's dead. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that Epstein is still alive? Do you think he's dead? What is the consensus in the chat? What do you guys think?
Occasional moments, more often than you'd think, when the redaction fails, when a girl's face is visible for a few frames, or even for an entire clip. Another set of videos, filmed by Epstein himself, offers a clearer look at how he treated women.
All right.
Smile when you spit. Smile.
What the fuck?
Okay, you can smile, it's okay. Look at me like you love me.
Oh, God, look at me like you love me. Oh, no. Oh, God. That's what I tell my chat all the time. Look at me like you love me. Hey, everybody in the chat, look at me like you love me. For God's sakes. For God's sakes. Just look at me like you love me, you guys. Come on.
One clip, he seems to urge a girl to do something she's clearly uncomfortable with.
Just think about it.
In later clips, she appears to be shaking her head. But perhaps the most disturbing videos are those that, without context, look almost innocent. Like this one, of a young girl in a candy store picking out jelly beans.
Not gonna lie, man, if I really liked jelly beans, and I was a chick, and Jeffrey Epstein said, hey, you can have as many jelly beans as you want. The only stipulation is you gotta bang me. It's like, well, unlimited jelly beans. I gotta bang Epstein. I don't know, bro.
Or this one,
That's
which
crazy.
would look wholesome, with the girl's face not redacted. One clip shows a toddler, possibly even an infant,
Ew,
making
what the
noises
fuck?
as the voice behind the camera, which sounds like Epstein's, coos and touches the child.
Hello, Tootsie. Hello, Tootsie.
One fully unredacted
That's disturbing, bro.
video shot from above shows a toddler in a white t-shirt and shorts walking
What
down
the
the steps.
fuck?
Combined with videos showing a paternity test on Epstein's desk,
Jeez.
the question that lingers in my mind is, who is this child? And why is he here? In some videos, Epstein appears on camera with his potential victims. They dance, they laugh.
Wild.
In one clip, he chases someone around a white marble kitchen island. In another clip, Epstein seems to lift a girl's shirt mid-video. She protests, weakly, before giving up. The video has no sound.
Oh, good lord, man. Dude, Epstein's a perv, dude. Epstein is a
Then
perv.
there are videos that appear accidental.
Crazy.
Epstein posing with well-known figures who seem to think they're being photographed. Like this one, outside the Louvre, with former...
So he's hanging out with like some Is this like a minister or something? I have no idea.
French culture minister Jack Lang.
Oh, okay, cool.
Or this one, on a private jet, seated across from psychologist Steven Pinker. There's also a whole cluster of videos featuring New Age guru Deepak Chopra, self-recorded monologues about the nature of consciousness and universe and reality.
You evoke the universe in every act of perception. You are the universe.
Another category includes videos Epstein appears to have downloaded. One is a low-resolution Spanish subtitled version of the Hot Crazy Women Matrix video, in which a man named Dana McClellan charts women on axis of hot and crazy.
Hot is, as usual, measured from
What the hell?
0 to 10.
Wouldn't that be funny if he was like a Michael Garza Show? I mean, like, the Michael Garza Show didn't really exist, though, at that time. You know, I was on YouTube, but I wasn't really known at all in any capacity. I never took YouTube as seriously as I should have back in the day. You know, knowing what I do now, I would have actually made more YouTube videos for sure. Absolutely, 100%.
We're all familiar with that.
But hey, you guys, we're almost to 10,000 subscribers. If you can, please tap the subscribe button. It really does help the channel grow in a lot of ways. We're really trying to see if we can get to quite a few subscribers, really. Give me a moment. I'm going to put down some text instructions real quick here. Let me see. Give me a few seconds, you guys. And I know that it's you stopping me from falling, crashing down, losing ground. Till I see you again, and you know, sun will shine, and we'll all see, there's nothing standing in our way, and love will stand and never break. Oh, it didn't work. Okay, never mind. I never thought this could be me. Do you feel what I feel?
Crazy is measured from 4 to 10 because, of course, there's no such thing as a woman who's not at least a 4 crazy.
There's a 4-minute animation of a bicyclist riding through the musical notation of Beethoven's Fifth Symphony. A Fox News segment anchored by Tucker Carlson about John Bolton. A Britain's Got Talent clip featuring a talking dog named Wendy.
Come on, hey, say something. No.
And then there's porn. A lot of porn.
Porn? Oh, God. Oh, no.
The sheer volume of these videos is revealing in and of itself. So are the watermarks in the corners of the screen, the only visible part of those clips. Towards the end of the first batch of videos in dataset 10 is a nearly 2-hour interview between Epstein and Steve Bannon, reportedly filmed for a sympathetic documentary. The conversation drifts through philosophy, economics, science.
Hey, he's trying to make Epstein look like a good guy.
And Epstein's ascent to elite institutions. One of the wilder and most revealing exchanges comes at the very end.
Hey, thank you guys for tapping the subscribe button, though. We're only 7 subscribers away from hitting 8,100 subscribers. Once again, we're only 7 subscribers away from hitting 8,100 subs. So don't forget to tap the subscribe button. All subscribers matter. I appreciate every single one of you guys for being so involved in the channel. So yeah, don't forget to tap the like and subscribe button. Keep on subscribing, bronies.
When Bannon challenges Epstein on whether institutions should accept money from a Tier 1 sexual predator.
Tier 1.
What's tier 1's the highest and worst?
No, I'm
the lowest.
I'm the lowest.
You're the lowest. Okay, Tier 1, you're the lowest. But a criminal.
Yes.
Epstein defends his philanthropy by arguing that the recipients, like mothers of children receiving polio vaccines in Pakistan, would not care about the source of the funds. And that's where it gets truly bizarre.
I think if you told him, if I told him the devil,
100%.
the devil
himself.
The devil himself said, I'm going to exchange some dollars for your child's life.
Do you think you're the devil himself?
No, but I do have a good mirror.
That answer still puzzles me. No, but I do have a good mirror. So I'm assuming he looks... I guess he could be saying that, yeah, I look myself in the mirror. It's pretty obvious I'm not. That could be also what he's saying. Because here's the thing. In Jeffrey Epstein's mind, Jeffrey Epstein believes that he's not the villain. Jeffrey Epstein, in his mind, believed he was the good guy. That's the point. And that's the truth, whether people... I mean, he's obviously the villain. You know, it's wild. Oh, yeah.
Serious question. Do you think you're the devil himself?
I don't know. Why would you say that?
Because you have all the attributes. You're incredibly smart. You remember the devil is somebody knows
smart?
The devil's brilliant. You read Milton's Paradise Lost.
No, the devil scares me.
None of these videos reveal a new Epstein. They reveal the same one, over and over again. Operating in plain sight, insulated by wealth, surrounded by enablers, and confident that the videos, like everything else, belong to him. You can watch...
Freaking wild, man. So I want to react to the behavioral arts.
There's a Harbor Freight.
So this guy, I believe he's like a body language expert or something.
Himself.
No, but I do have a good mirror.
It's a serious
So this is
question.
interesting.
I'm sorry. Do you think you're the devil?
So it will be interesting to see the analysis on this video from this guy.
I don't know. Why would you say that?
Man, the more we watch Epstein, man, the more grossed out I get. It just gets worse and worse and worse.
Welcome to the Behavioral Arts. My name is Spidey, and I use my degree in sociology and psychology, my certifications in criminal interrogation and body language analysis,
Okay.
and my experience as
Let's
an
see what this guy has to say,
mentalist
man.
to teach people behavioral analysis and practical psychology on stage and television shows all over the world. After months of public outcry, just last week, the DOJ finally released a new batch of Epstein-related documents and footage. One of the most talked about pieces to surface was a filmed conversation from 2019 between Jeffrey Epstein and former White House...
Are you guys excited about this? Oh, God. Oh, God, why did I pause? Why the fuck? That's the worst pause. I did not mean to look at this picture. This is where I paused the video. And I didn't even mean to. That is the worst time to pause. That is the most disturbing. Do you guys think this particular image right here? Do you guys think that this face should be the logo of the Michael Garza Show? No, you
House
shouldn't.
strategist
God
Steve
damn it.
Bannon. Viewers almost instantly noticed that the interview had a very bizarre vibe and some very interesting behaviors from Jeffrey Epstein that give us a bit of insight as to what kind of a person.
Oh, you guys, don't forget to tap the subscribe button. We're only 7 subscribers away. We're currently at 8,093 subscribers. Once again, we're at 8,093 subs. Make sure you tap the subscribe button. It does help the channel grow. If you guys think that Jeffrey Epstein is a monster, please subscribe to the channel. If you guys love Donald Trump as much as I do, subscribe to the channel. Let's go.
Person he was.
Let's keep going,
and in
man.
this analysis, we're going to look at all of it. Word choice, body language, facial expressions, and we're going to try to figure out what the intention of this interview was and what it tells us about Jeffrey Epstein as a person. Let's dive right in.
So in jail, I was in a place what's called the Special Housing Unit, which is for the roughest, toughest, meanest people. They had put me there, they said, for my own protection. So I was in an 8x10 cell with a little slit in the door where they would serve my food on a tray about 9 inches by 4 inches. And one of the guards said, do you understand there's Wall Street's crashing. I'm worried about my pension fund. What should I do? And I said,
buy more. That's what smart people do. When the stock market is crashing, the first thing that you should desire to do is buy more. Buy more indices.
Sorry, Wall Street's crashing? What's happened? And he said, there's some crisis and some companies are going bankrupt. I said, are you sure? And he said, yeah, it's all over the papers. We're all terrified we're going to lose our life savings because we have either a 401k or our pension funds. We don't know anything about money. Mr. Epstein can you tell us, like, what's going on? Am I going to be able to afford my children's education? Am I going to be bankrupt? Like this company called Lehman Brothers.
Yeah, if people were smart, they would have just bought indices. You know, the best time to buy is when the market crashes. Straight up, man. Straight up. The best time to buy stocks is during a market crash. Straight up. I'll give you an example. When the real estate investment trust sector started crashing, I started racking up on real estate investment trusts, and then I ended up getting like a 15% gain total because I bought during one of the worst times for real estate investment trusts. I didn't care that the prices were low. I knew it would rebound because I know that real estate is resilient, and I know a lot of these real estate investment trusts that I invested into were resilient. All I know is that the markets are bipolar, and when the markets are bipolar, if the market prices dip for all of these assets, you want to buy them. Straight up. The best thing you could do is buy during a market crash. Not financial advice, by the way. It's just the way of life. It blows my mind that more people don't purchase stocks during a market crash. That really blows my mind a little bit, you know, because that's the smartest thing you can do. That is legitimately the smartest thing you could do is buy stocks during a market crash. Hey, thank you, Cancel. I appreciate it. Hey, let's give a round of applause to Cancel for sending a 100 for 2 joules. Thank you. Everybody give a shout out to Cancel. Hell yeah. Thank you, bud. Let's give a shout out to Cancel one more time. Let's keep going.
And there's another company in the front page today called Bear Stearns. Oh, no, I said. Why? Because that's the company I was...
You guys don't forget to subscribe to the channel, though. The more subscribers we get, the better. We're trying to stick it to YouTube a little bit. We're trying to show that, hey, we're a channel that people want to watch. We're only 5 subscribers away from hitting 8,100, for example, on subscribers. And in the last 28 days, we've gotten 1,450 subscribers, it looks like. So that's pretty impressive. So all I ask is that you guys keep subscribing. We're making every effort to get to 10,000 subscribers before the end of the month. So whatever you guys could do to help out the channel, we really greatly appreciate it. We are thankful on this end. We're increasingly thankful to anybody who's willing to tap the subscribe button and really become a subscriber to the channel. It helps the channel grow, helps us feel better about the show too.
A partner in. And in fact, that was a company I had a very large investment in. So, as a great story, I didn't have my Wall Street Journal, but in the early mornings, you're allowed to make 2 phone calls, collect. The person I had called was Jimmy Kane, the president of Bear Stearns. And I said, tell me what's going on.
Okay, this is a really great clip to start with. First, because of the narrative. Second, because of the behaviors.
Okay.
And there's a masterclass here on a body part that I pay a lot of attention to. And
The
that
penis.
is the eyebrows.
Oh.
There is a ton
Sorry.
of research on how important the eyebrows have been throughout.
It's funny. I mean, you could pay attention to the eyebrows. I don't have eyebrows, so I think that's why people don't trust me. But, you know, I pay attention to the penis. Is that not the right way to do it? So you're telling me this entire time I've been staring at the dong when I shouldn't be. Fair enough.
Laugh out loud.
What's wrong with staring at the dong, though? Nothing. Nothing at all. Let's keep watching.
Human history for communication and
Laugh out
recognition.
loud.
And socially, universally, when you see the eyebrows go up.
Maybe that's why people hate the fact that I don't have eyebrows. Because since my eyebrows are not very prominent, maybe that's why people don't trust me.
Laugh out loud.
That makes actually a lot of sense.
This is called an eyebrow flash, and it typically falls into one of 3 categories. The first one is emphasis. We very often emphasize important things with the eyebrows. The second
Laugh out
is some
loud.
kind of social approval, acknowledgement, or greeting. Pretty much everywhere in the world, we very typically see the eyebrows go up as we greet someone that we recognize. And the third one is surprise. Once again, universally, when
Laugh
something
out loud.
surprises us, the eyebrows go up. But you can condense all of these into one thing. We give something importance with the eyebrows, whether it's an idea, a person, or an event. But timing is really, really important.
Laugh out loud.
The research shows that when we emphasize with the eyebrows, it happens milliseconds before the important idea. It's our nonverbal way of saying what I'm about to say is really important, so pay attention.
All right. Okay, I see where you're coming from here.
Now, with Jeffrey Epstein, the eyebrows are really, really interesting because he will go a very long stretch of time without the eyebrows budging at all. But when
he keeps his eyebrows pretty much straight most of the time.
Laugh out
but
loud.
I notice when Jeffrey Epstein gets angry, his brows seem to kind of furl a little bit.
He's telling a story that's very involved. We see those eyebrows come to life in a couple of very interesting and different ways. The first one is that typical emphasis. So for example, here when he said, like this company, Lehman Brothers, as he said Lehman Brothers, those eyebrows went up as he was saying it. So he's emphasizing that this is important for this story.
Laugh out
company
loud.
called Lehman Brothers.
The second one, which is quite a bit higher and more exaggerated, is that eyebrow flash of surprise. So when he was telling his story here about how he found out by the guard that Wall Street was crashing, he goes, sorry, and he leans in and the eyes open up, eyebrows go up, and then he's taken aback.
And I said, sorry, Wall Street's crashing, what's happened?
And this is a very consistent cluster with surprise. First we have curiosity, so when we're curious we approach, and then he's taken.
But thank you. I appreciate everybody for tapping the subscribe button. We're only 3 subscribers away from hitting 8,100. Once again, we're only 3 subscribers away from hitting 8,100 subscribers. So I want to thank everybody out there for helping the channel grow, and just for the simple act of tapping the subscribe button, man, it really helps. Tapping the like button, tapping the subscribe button. We're trying to get to 100 likes in the next 15 minutes if possible, so please tap the like button.
Taken aback from that surprise. But again, notice that the eyebrows go up with the sorry, like he's communicating that in that moment he was surprised. Eyebrows go up. However, Jeffrey Epstein uses the eyebrows in a pretty unique way that I don't see very often out there, and we saw it here a few times, and we're going to continue to see it. And it's after he said something, we see this very quick eyebrow flash that's not as big and not as held as that big surprise one. And a good example of it was right in the beginning of this clip. As he said that when he was in jail, he was in a place called the Special Housing Unit. Notice how it's not, I was in a place called the Special Housing Unit, where it's like, this is the important place that I was. He says it, and as he's finishing the thought, we see this quick little eyebrow flash.
It was called the Special Housing Unit.
And then he continues the sentence and says that this was for the roughest, toughest, meanest people, which we'll get back to in a second. But again, after the idea, it's not the roughest, toughest. He's not emphasizing those ideas. After he's done saying it, we see a quick, and it's almost in 2 beats. It's almost like a flicker of the eyebrows. It goes up and down and up again like that. Like I can't even fake it.
The roughest, toughest, meanest people.
Every single time I've ever seen this eyebrow flash after an idea, it was in a storytelling context. And I believe that with him, it's a storytelling tool that's letting us know, the listener or the interviewer, how we should feel about this. So he says an idea, and it's this quick eyebrow flash to let us know, like, think about that. Like, take a second and really think about what I said there. That was important. Don't forget it. It has notes of emphasis, surprise, and social connection. In this case, for example, he's non-verbally communicating that he was in a place called the Special Housing Unit. That's a big deal.
All right.
It's for the roughest, toughest, meanest people. Think about that. That's not nothing. So it's these exclamation points. It's funny.
Hey, we're only 3 subscribers away from hitting 8,100, so don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It really does help the channel grow. And if you love Donald Trump as much as I do, please subscribe. Let's go.
I often say in the videos that the eyebrows are like the exclamation points of the face. And in this case, he's quite literally placing them at the end of the sentence to say what I just said was a big deal. There's another really good example of this when he talks about how on the cover of the newspaper, there was this other company called Bear Stearns. And then the eyebrows go up as his hand comes up like this and chokes his own neck like this. Now, I've seen a lot of comments on this moment online, this hand to neck gesture, and a lot of people are treating it like it's a moment of body language for analysis and breaking up what it could mean. You know, is it defensiveness? Is it vulnerability? And that's typically what neck guarding would fall under. So if you're talking to someone randomly and you suddenly see the hand go up like this and it starts guarding the neck, yes, it's reasonable to assume that.
Hey, if you guys end up subscribing to the channel, by the way, and we're going to get into this real quick here, but if you guys end up subscribing to the channel, please go into the chat and just let me know that you subscribed. So that way I could highlight your chat and let the world know that you're a subscriber to the Michael Garza Show, the Michael Garza Show. Let's keep going.
That's something.
Now, I want to say this about the neck, though. So the way he does that, it could be kind of a defensive posture, but it could also be kind of... I don't think you should overlook. I don't think you should overanalyze it, because sometimes you can be like, it could be just trying to say like, oh, everything's screwed, or I was screwed, or something was screwed. Not all the time. It could be a symbolism for that. I don't know. This guy's the body language expert. I am not.
About the topic is making them feel defensive or vulnerable or protective, because when we get defensive, we protect vital areas of the body, the neck being one of them. But here's the thing. This is 100% intentional and communicative. In this case, he knows he's doing this. He's using this gesture to communicate an idea. In nonverbal communication, we call this...
Oh, we're only 2 subscribers away from hitting 8,100. I repeat, we're 2 subscribers away from hitting 8,100 subscribers, so don't forget to tap that subscribe button. Let's go.
Category of gestures, emblems. And what that means is gestures that replace words. So for example, in Western cultures, if I do this, instead of saying good job, that's an emblem. And in this case, with the way he's pausing, eyebrows up, hands come up to the throat, this is an emblem for saying when he heard about that company that he has history with, he realized, oh my God, I'm in big trouble here.
He's like, I'm screwed. Yeah, he's basically saying I'm screwed, because I had a lot to do with that company. I think he may have even been invested in Bear Stearns. Yeah, it sounds like Jeffrey Epstein was invested in Bear Stearns. That's what I'm thinking. That's my belief.
The thing with the body language is right in the beginning of this clip, you'll notice his hands are in a position we call the steeple, which is something we very often see in the corporate world where he's from. And it looks like this, when the fingers come together like this. Sometimes it's a lowered steeple by the waist, sometimes it's up here. And this is interesting because he wasn't doing this throughout the entire interview. Throughout the interview, especially towards the beginning, we see a lot of illustrators. His hands are up here and he's illustrating the things that he's saying, but at some point, he goes into the steeple position. This is very often a display of confidence, whether we are actually feeling confident or trying to show confidence. And I think we start seeing it here a lot when he's talking about jail, because he knows that it's not the best look, so he's trying to summon some confidence there to match the confidence that he had when he was talking about finance and investments up until this point. But let's talk about the vibe of this first response, because we're seeing something that we're going to talk about a lot in this analysis, and it's the fact that he tells this whole story like it's the plot to some movie. There isn't a weight to it. There isn't a heaviness to it. Like, it's almost being ignored that he was in jail for being a predator. And it's almost like he thinks he's Andy Dufresne in Shawshank Redemption, right? He's like, the guard...
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing that you have to keep in mind, all right? Jeffrey Epstein believes he did nothing wrong. Jeffrey Epstein believes that he's the hero of the story, and that everybody who put him in jail or wronged him are the villains. He believes he's the savior, and he believes the people who oppose him are the villains. It's as simple as that, man. It's a tale as old as time.
And told me that the market crashed.
Something like that.
You know, help me out. Am I going to go bankrupt? What do I do? And then he's going to go on to talk about how, like, people were going to ask him for stock advice. And then we get this big name drop moment at the end where he only gets 2 phone calls, and he called the president of Bear Stearns. And that's a collect call, by the way. And he's so important that the president of Bear Stearns stopped what he was doing to pick up this phone call from jail to talk to him. And in and of itself, that whole segment of the story is very deceptive in that it's hiding something very important, which we're going to talk about after this next clip.
Did it strike you at the time how all the threads of your life had come together and put you in a position, or you had put yourself in that position?
No.
You're telling me here, truthfully, that it never hit you at all of how you'd ended up in a place where you had to make a collect phone call from a jail cell that was 6x9 with a steel bed and your food being passed into a slot.
The question you want to ask is, who was the other call to?
Okay, who was the other call to?
The other call was to my friend at J.P. Morgan, who was then, I didn't know it at the time, trying to buy Bear Stearns. So at one point...
Oh my God! So he was. That's right. He was double fisting the phones, talking to his friend at J.P. Morgan, and then talking to his friend at Bear Stearns, and he was double fisting.
I had 2 phones. It was
Crazy.
difficult because they're afraid people are going to hang themselves with the phone cord. so they don't actually come together and they're pretty short. So I was actually going between two phones talking to Bear Stearns and JP Morgan at the same time. So I found it amusing.
Okay, so much going on here, all woven together. But let's start with the big important eyebrow flash. So Bannon here is asking him, like, did it strike you? Did it hit you that you're in this horrible place? And by the way, this is a question he's going to ask again and again throughout this interview, like a broken record. But in this case, the first time he gives a very direct no, it didn't hit me. And by the way, that's how he often answers this question. Very direct denial, no qualifiers, no stress, which is interesting. But the second time when we asked, he does something very different. He says, what you should be asking is, who was the other call to? And only after that do we see the eyebrows go up again, as he looks at him with a smile.
The question you want to ask is, who was the other call to?
And that's, again, that classic Jeffrey Epstein of saying something, and literally this time he's saying, here's what you should be asking, here's what your focus should be with this.
I mean, Jeffrey Epstein's doing a little bit of redirection in that. He's like trying to redirect the question. He's like, well, I'm not going to answer that, so how about this? The most important question that you need to ask is, who was my other phone call to?
It's a little bit of an eyebrow flash of saying, I know something important here, you should be asking about that. So he's completely hijacking the narrative and turning it once again to his self-importance. So when Bannon is asking about...
It's a Jeffrey Epstein move right there, dude. It's Epstein classic.
About this negative thing, you were in these horrible circumstances, he's completely drowning it with optimism and going, no, forget about that. Ask about the other person, the other really important person that I called, because I'm an important person. It doesn't matter if I'm in jail, I'm calling important people. Now, this is a really good...
And that's the thing about Jeffrey Epstein that kind of pisses me off. He was one of those guys that he loved... It's sad because the dude was technically a genius, but the dude was also a major freaking kiss ass. The dude was a total brown noser to billionaires and people in power and government. Total brown noser, bro. Total brown noser.
Point to talk about what this interview is, because there are a lot of sources out there that are saying that this was for a documentary that Bannon was making that he never released, and others are saying that this is Bannon media prepping Jeffrey Epstein to work on his PR, to work on his image. He's kind of coaching him. I actually have a lot of experience in both of those categories because I've been on this.
If you guys can, though, don't forget to tap the subscribe button. The more subscribers we have, the better. It does help the channel grow in a lot of ways. But yeah, don't forget to subscribe. It really, really, really helps quite a bit in more ways than you can realize. I'm going to end the stream here in just a second. So before I end the stream, please subscribe to the channel. I don't think I feel like watching too much more Jeffrey Epstein stuff right now. I want to go out in the sunshine for a bit. I want to play some basketball because I'm kind of sick to my stomach.
Sets of a lot of documentaries and reality shows.
It's
so
gross.
I know what those interviews look and feel like. But I've also been media prepped for television appearances. And
yeah, so once we get to 8,100 subscribers, which is only 2 subscribers away, I'm just going to end the stream. So we just need 2 more subscribers, and then I'll end the stream.
I myself have coached people non-verbally for interviews. And what's really interesting about this is that it's like Schrodinger's cat. It's neither of those things, and it's both of those things. But let me tell you which one I'm leaning towards a little bit more and why. If we look at this through the lens of it's a documentary, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, because how are you going to have one of the most talked about names in the world in front of you and spend 2 hours talking about a market crash from 2 decades ago? It doesn't make sense. If you're filming a documentary with Jeffrey Epstein in front of you, you're going to ask the questions that we all want to ask. That's what you want to talk about.
I mean, it kind of showed that Epstein was, at least in some capacity, kind of a genius.
That's what everybody wants to talk about. Another reason it doesn't...
And that's the thing. He was a terrible person, but he was still a genius. In the financial world, at least. I mean, it was crazy. Watching the interview was wild.
To documentary is because there are moments where they pause between questions and the whole vibe relaxes. They're friendly, they're joking with each other, and then we get back to the...
Yeah, the Steve Bannon interview with Jeffrey Epstein, I felt like their banter back and forth was surprisingly friendly with each other. Kind of blew my mind a little bit, not gonna lie. Like, it really was one of those things that kind of like threw me off. I was like, what the fuck? He's way too friendly.
Questions, and there's a lot of these moments where Bannon is kind of like poking the bear, and he brings up the same question again and again and again, the one that we just looked at. So it does have a bit of this element of like asking the tough questions to see how he handles it. Now, is this to get the truth out of him for a documentary, or is this some kind of coaching tool? It's not very clear. Now, if we look at it as more of a coaching or training thing, there are a couple of things that stand out as well. For example, it's well framed, it's well lit, there's production behind him.
Yeah, I got to admit, pretty impressive overall. Wow, YouTube is deleting. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, ET. I don't know why YouTube does that shit, but I'm just going to end on this note. The whole Jeffrey Epstein saga has been pretty disgusting overall, and the world is a better place without him. Yeah, please don't forget to tap the subscribe button, you guys. The more subscribers we get, the better. It does help the channel grow in a lot of ways. It helps make my wiener feel bigger. But yeah, please subscribe to the channel. We're currently at 8,098 subs. Just 2 subscribers away from hitting 8,100. So yeah, if you love Donald Trump as much as I do, please subscribe. If you want JD Vance 2028, please subscribe. I mean, the more subscribers we get, the better. I mean, we're almost to 10,000 subs. I can't believe it. I mean, we've really worked our butts off, and every subscriber counts, man. Every subscriber matters. Every subscriber counts. And I just want to thank every single person for being a part of the show. You guys make the show better, man. That's all I got to say. You guys have improved the show quite a bit, and I don't know what I'd do without you guys. So, all right, everybody. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to get 2 more subscribers at this point, but that's okay. I'm going to end the stream now. Just have an incredible night. I will be live streaming a little bit later. I'm going to play some basketball.